Once upon a time, in a quaint little man cave in London, an assignment arrived on Airsoft Mike's keyboard. On a keyboard, I tell you, very odd.
This is another Airsoft Mike production.
Hey, Tactical, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Once again, a huge thank you to Patrol Base that sent this out to me, a free sample for me to have a look, have a play with, and to show you. It's brand new on the market, and boy am I excited. This is the Delta Armory officially licensed Grand Power Stribog SP10A3, the upgraded version.
This awesome 10mm platform is now available in 6mm for airsoft and collectors alike, and is officially licensed by Grand Power Firearms and brought to you by Delta Armory. This particular version, supplied by Patrol Base, is the upgraded version. However, a standard version and an even higher spec diamond version will also be available. The upgraded version boasts the following features: a CNC 16:1 ratio high-speed steel gears, a CNC aluminum piston head, a CNC aluminum cylinder head, a CNC aluminum nozzle to the already impressive standard version setup to enhance long-term durability. The cylinder is also CNC machined from steel, as is the QD spring guide. A high-torque neodymium magnet motor provides extra power to drive this upgraded setup, resulting in an incredible trigger response, especially when precocking is cranked up via the Eagle MOSFET. The internals of the upgraded version have already proven themselves in the Delta Armory's previous Grand Power replica, the Freya Gen 2.
Now, as this is brand new on the market, I think it's literally being released either today or yesterday, whenever this video goes up. Let's have a good old look on the box. So, a nice image of the Stribog itself. I will say though, my tongue will naturally want to say Stribog, okay? So if I say that throughout the video, forgive me. Anyway, so this is the SP10A3, brought to us airsofters and collectors alike by, of course, Delta Armory and Grand Power. Let's have a quick look on the back. Nice, designed in Slovakia. And I love that this airsoft manufacturer doesn't leave you guessing. So you will know what version you're getting. It literally says the Alpha upgrade version. Okay, let's get it open. You get a nice looking instruction manual in various languages. An additional information sheet. And a tiny little Allen key. I haven't looked at this yet. Okay, this looks different and familiar at the same time. So, first thing we need to look at, oh yes, I love this. You know why, don't you? Apart from me definitely wanting to run this in an airsoft game, that right there makes it look just like the real thing. Excellent for movie making. Now it's worth noting this is a mid-cap and it takes about 100 BBs. In fact, in the manual it says 100. Different sites will probably say 100 or 120, that sort of ballpark, but you know what? It looks awesome. Okay, let's get this bad boy out. As I mentioned before, it's got a decent bit of weight to it. This right here is the upgraded version. And there's a version above this too. So as well as there being a standard below it, there's one above it, which will come out as the diamond version. Now it's important to note, out of the box it does not come with a stock, but you will see a rail there. So, luckily for me, with my little Airsoft Armory, I found one of these. I want to put the battery in because that's done behind here. and you will need a hex key, aka Allen key, to get that off. Ah, that's interesting. So not only is it access to the battery compartment, which obviously will be up here, there's your Dean's connector, but look, you get access so you can swap out the spring if you feel the need to. Super excited for this. I love it when a new product comes onto the market. Now to calibrate the trigger, you would then hold the trigger down for 5 seconds. And then you will hear a double beep. But before I do that, I just want to quickly address something with the battery. Now, this particular battery fits in there beautifully, okay? It's a LiPo. As you can see, it's a Dean's and it goes all the way down. Plenty of room for the cables, no issue. However, what I have inside the Stribog is a 7.4 LiPo. What I have standing next to it is an 11.1 LiPo. As small as this is, this will not fit, okay? It's a bit too thick. Having said that, if you go onto the Patrol Base website, you will see that they actually recommend a 7.4. Reason being, the UK variant had to be powered down because these bad boys come out of the factory shooting hot, okay? So they've been just downgraded a little bit in terms of the spring, but everything else upgraded, so don't get it twisted or anything like that. So it's recommended that you put a 7.4. If you go onto the Delta Armory website, they actually sell an 11.1 that will fit in here perfectly, but just remember what I just told you. And look, everything fits in there neatly. And you know what else that I find fascinating about this platform? Is not only is that the place where you can remove this bit of rail and get access to changing the spring or putting the battery in, that right there is also a QD sling point. Nice. Now, before I put the stock on, let's just have a quick listen. Remember, this is the upgraded version, so I'm expecting it to be nice and snappy. Oh, that is snappy. Let's try full auto. Nice! Let's check out how responsive that trigger is. Oh, that is sweet! Look at that, I'm barely, look, not much travel. That is decent. By the way, this little supplied Allen key or hex key is so you can fine tune the trigger. Now, let's have a quick look on this and then we'll chrono and do an accuracy test. So, I've got to tell you, this baby comes in many different flavors. Look. And of course, the one that I've got, the one sent to me kindly from Patrol Base, is that beautiful olive green look. And I think this looks stunning. So, the lower is polymer and everything else metal. So you've got a very nice textured grip there with a nice design continued at the back. Loving that seriously cool looking trigger right there. Loving that flat profile and the texture that you've got on the front there to give you some serious grippage. Decent. And there's your fire selector switch with a nice little triangle indicator there. So when you take it off safe, it will be pointing at that triangle for semi and then swinging it all the way around to full auto. I'll show you the other side in a moment, but effectively this is your bolt catch and release. I said effectively because technically it's just a cover, not an actual bolt per se, but it's a cover that will reveal the hop adjust. But we'll get there in a moment. So, continuing along, there's your mag release there, but beneath that you've also got your paddle mag release and the system is ambidextrous. But we'll get over to the other side in a moment. But can I just say again, I love those dummy rounds. Now remember, this is based on the real thing and this is officially licensed, okay? So it's going to be almost, I'm pretty much looking at it, it is 99% exactly like the real thing visually. Loving the texture you've got there, so especially if you're not wearing gloves, you can get a good grippage, and that there should prevent your hand from slipping down. So as we get near to the business end, there's your bolt handle, there's your official M-lock, got some nice rail pieces there. Another cool little feature with this bolt handle is that this right here is rubber. It's an actual cover that comes right off to reveal the actual bolt handle itself, which of course is metal. For something of this size, you've got a pretty decent amount of rail space there. Talking about the rail, you've got a very handy groove going down there, so you can actually use the rail as your rear sight and your front sight. Nice! Look at that. Decent. And then we get to the side that excites me the most. I've left the best till last because look at that bad boy. Absolutely loving the real steel trades we've got going on here. So of course you've got Stribog there, the SP10A3 and their logo, but beneath that you have your serial number and Grand Power Limited, the people that makes the real version, designed in Slovakia. Nice. And then over here you've got your 10mm auto there. Of course, the model before in the real world was a 9mm, and then your serial number is repeated there again. I'm loving that it's the same serial number. And there's your mock bolt. And there you have the coat of arms, which you will find on the Slovakia flag, which consists of a double cross and mountains. And of course, that shield. Right, let's pull that bolt handle back. And what you should see is your hop-up adjustment. Nice, and I like that when you do pull the handle back, the bolt just stays open automatically. And as you can see there, that's where you make your hop-up adjustments. And naturally, if I just turn it around, as previously mentioned, that will release your mock bolt. Decent. Right, let's get this ready. I think there's about 100 in there now. Ho ho! You can round that up to 312, average. But don't forget how easy it is to swap out that spring, eh? Ho ho ho! Very snappy. Oh, you absolute beauty! If I continued anymore, there'd be no more bullseye left. Excellent groupings. Now, those of you that know my channel know I really can't go back that far, okay? But if you compare this to my other accuracy tests with my other videos, this is up there with the best of them. I mean, look at that.
Perfect. Perfect.
You know I've got to do it. Let me empty the mag. Ooh, naughty! Okay, so as you can see there, showing you what you can kit it out with, just a bit of inspiration. But yeah, so the thread protector can come off, so you can put the unmentionable at the front, and how smexy does that sight look? Decent. So I've got to say once again, a huge thank you to Patrol Base for sending me this sample to play and keep and show you. It's awesome. It will take pride and place in my Airsoft Armory, And I've got a funny feeling I might just swap that spring out just to see what it can do. This is the Delta Armory officially licensed Grand Power Stribog SP10A3 upgraded alpha version. Make sure to check out the Patrol Base website for the different flavors of this platform that you can get, and there's more to come. Remember, it's just been released, but there's more to come.